Welcome to the Midnight Tonight Show. Tonight's guests are Gracie, the owner of the wildly charming Gracie Jane's bar, as well as Catt Haines, our Angelic Beauty Alchemist. Let's not forget our lovely host, Landon Barrowman and PickleVick. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Midnight Tonight Show. Tonight we have Gracie Jane and Catt Haines on, and yeah, what's going on, PickleVick?
Oh, not too much, Landon Barrowman. How's the summer been so far for you?
It's been fucking wild. Yeah, we took a little bit of a break off for the Midnight Tonight Show, so now we're back at it, and we're absolutely fucked. We don't know what the hell's going on.
Back to school, back to the show.
Yeah, Whiskey Wagon played a big show. I had my 40th birthday.
I'm sorry I missed that. I really wanted to be there, but
yeah, you're not
I was
my friend
pickling.
Anymore.
Every day I'm pickling.
Pickling. Like, you missed me for pickles. You love them that much, eh?
Well, that's how it goes. It goes pickles, then Landon.
Yeah, I know. I understand that hierarchy. So how was, you went to Germany?
I was in Germany a few months ago. Yeah, that's true. Visiting my best friend, business partner there. And
oh, the PickleVick business partner.
You got it.
You guys eat lots of wieners?
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wieners.
Ja.
Wurststopping.
Schmeckt gut.
Yeah, stuffing lots of wieners full of meat.
You got it. That's my thing.
So what else is going on? This summer, what did we do, man?
Oh God, it blew past.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's why I quit drinking. That's why,
Yeah, you want a time to slow down so you quit drinking?
God, I'm still sweating. All the booze out. Like, I don't know, whiskey sales, you're going to watch them just like plummet in Alberta. They're going to be like, what the fuck happened?
Word, Landon must be off the
one
booze.
guy just stopped drinking whiskey. Yeah.
Excellent.
Fucking A, man. Well, we're going to get right to the show. And yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome back to the Midnight Tonight Show. We're here with Gracie Jane. How's it going?
Awesome. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's been a while.
10 years I've been doing this.
Yeah,
well, not with you. But.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 10 years you've had the bar?
Yep.
Yeah, but you've been doing what you do for much longer.
About 57 years.
Jesus. So it kind of starts with like, my first question is like, where did you grow up? Where's the origins of Gracie Jane's?
1969, I started working in the cocktail business.
Okay.
After graduating from school. And went to I hitchhiked to San Francisco. I was supposed to go to art school, but ended up going to see Grace Slick and Jefferson Airplane.
1969 Grace Slick would be amazing.
Oh, it was. And I ended up staying for more than my school. So when I came back, my mom was livid at me. So.
Oh, yeah. She's like, were you just like camped out on Hayden Ashbury or what?
Yeah, that's amazing. It was amazing.
Holy shit. That's really cool. So where did you grow up? Where was back home for you?
Well, I was born in Sexsmith up in northern Alberta.
Okay.
And when I was 10 months old, 1951, my mom left my dad for 10 years and went to Nova Scotia.
Nice.
To where her dad was living on a little fruit farm. So I lived there from 1951 and then moved to, my mom and dad got back together in 1961. And they got after, because there was no divorces back then.
Yeah.
It was unheard of. So they got back together in Edmonton and I've been here since.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then, like you talked about Grace Slick in the 60s and stuff like that. How did you first get turned on to that kind of stuff? Like, was it through TV, media? Like, what kind of media did you see? Was it just records and you were just like, we need to get down there, or what?
It was just the radio.
Yeah.
And a little bit of TV. TV we had in 1961. So, records.
Yeah.
Records. And hitchhiking and the dial phone.
Yeah.
I've
you just
seen it
hitchhiked all the way down there, man. The 60s must have been wild. How was the 60s in Sexsmith?
Oh, that would have been boring. That was that's a farm community. My mom and dad had a store there.
Yeah.
And a post office, but that was in the 40s.
Yeah. So hence why you left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of Sexsmith. So when did you start painting? When did all this come in then?
I was about 12 on my walls.
Yeah.
And with felt pen, and back then the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Pope, Chinese art. I did it all on my wall, but in felt pen.
Nice. You did the Pope in felt pen on your walls. That's great.
So it stayed like you can't paint, like even when you paint over felt pen, it still bleeds through.
So somewhere in Sexsmith, there's a wall with some
No,
early
it would
Gracie
be in
Janes.
Edmonton.
Oh, it's Edmonton.
We got
Okay,
back
yeah.
to Edmonton
Okay,
in
nice.
1961.
Well, someone's got a national treasure of a house then. Yeah.
So I started painting my walls and just everything I could get my hands on. And went to art school in high school. And I wanted to be a commercial artist, but back then, the only art business that you could be in would be a sign writer. So I thought, no, I don't want to be a sign writer. So after coming back from San Francisco, my mom said I had to get a job because I didn't go to art school. So I got every book that I could possibly get on art, and I taught myself.
Do you
every
have
day.
like a favorite book, like a recommended book that everybody goes to?
No, I just used to go to the library and pick out every art book that there was.
Wow.
And then I bought all the magazines and just, like I said, every day I practiced because that was my discipline for not going to school for art. So that's what I did. Plus I took Kung Fu for 5 years. So that was another discipline thing.
Kung Fu.
Yep. Black belt.
You're a black belt?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's amazing.
5 years.
I'm learning new shit about you all the time. Have
got
you
a
ever
yellow
had to
belt.
like whip out some Kung Fu or what?
Oh, yeah. Once in San Francisco, once in Banff in 1968
I would love to see
at
you
the Grizzly House.
in the 60s, like in a miniskirt, drop
Yep.
kicking some hippie.
I did.
Yeah.
And then once in 1973 at the Yellowhead Hotel.
Oh, the Yellowhead Hotel. Wow.
I managed that place for 17 years.
You did?
I did.
Wow.
The lounge and the nightclub.
The strip club that was in there
was
too?
gonna
Or?
say.
No, the strip club was next door, but all the
yeah,
girls used to come through.
Yeah. We used to call it the morgue because it wasn't really a very good strip club.
Oh, it was busy though.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. So painting has gotten you like quite a bit of like highs and lows over the years, and you've had like some real peaks of fame. One of them being like a big mural you did for the 9/11. Was there any other like big points that you had, like something with the Oilers or?
Yeah, Gretzky, Gordie Howe,
Yeah.
Bobby Hall.
Did they hired you to do it, or there was
No,
like somebody?
an art agent came to me at my wearable art store and asked me if I would do a painting of Gretzky when he retired. I almost fainted when they asked me because that was so exciting. And so I did Gretzky with Sather and Muckler and got them to sign it. But to have a famous person like Gretzky or Gordie Howe or Bobby Hall to sign a painting, there has to be a charity involved. So the agent that I worked with got all the charities all lined up and paid them off and got the signature. So it
Wow.
went to print. So 999 prints of each edition.
Wow.
21,000 of the New York.
21,000 of the 9/11 one that you
Yeah.
did. Wow. And then
That
where did
was
that get
exciting.
sold? That was for a charity that went to the
It was for
firefighters?
the
or?
firefighters and
Yeah.
the victims and the people that needed it down there.
Wow, that's great. I
So,
mean, it must feel good to
It's
like
still
give-
there. It's in the museum.
in the museum
The
in
original.
New York.
The original is
Wow.
in the firefighters museum. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then you had mentioned wearable art, your wearable art store. So this obviously came before the bar and things like that. So explain to us what your wearable art store was.
Wearable art is wearing like jeans, Elvis suits, wedding dresses, T-shirts,
Like the nudie
ties.
suits. I remember the nudie suits that they used to wear, like all the cowboys that had all the tassels and stuff like that.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did that for 10 years on 124th Street. And I
So
did
you would
about,
paint on clothing
On
and
clothing.
you'd bedazzle them and stuff. I remember seeing like a very nice coat you did one time. It wasn't like Joseph Technicolor Dream Coat, but it was,
Yeah, I still have it.
yeah, that's pretty
It's my
awesome.
1992.
Wow.
And then when the Rolling Stones were here in 1992, I did 3 jean jackets for 3 ladies. And the Journal took a picture of it and did a front cover in the Journal.
Nice.
And there was no media back then, just a newspaper. So in Toronto, I guess the Rolling Stones agents read the article and thought I was making $1 million. So I had a knock on my door and asking me to see my books to see how much money I was making on the Rolling Stone, because I did the lips on the jacket.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyways, I beat it because I did my version of the lips. They weren't like,
The exact replicas. They trying to give
it's
you like
like
a cease and
painting the
desist.
Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
you know.
They wanted a piece of the action.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
do your version. You got to paint
So I
Mona
should have
Lisa
kept
with
that
their.
letter.
You should have, yeah.
God, I'd be retired today.
So you paint a lot. Like when I go into your bar, lots of times I just see like a lot of famous like musicians, like the Beatles, Elvis, Cher. You know, there's a lot of like older generational singers. Have you ever thought of painting some more modern singers and trying to modernize a lot of it, like Taylor Swift or Bruno Mars and stuff, or
I would like
Ozzy Osbourne?
I'm working on him right now.
Yeah, yeah.
At home, yeah.
Nice.
I just like going with the faithful older school, and it's not that, you know, my customers range from 18 to 102. So, but I just go with my favorites.
That's the second time you said 102 tonight. Who's at your bar that is 102?
I had a guy that came for 3 years from Winnipeg. His son lives in St. Albert, and he would come for the first 4 years that I was open in the summertime to visit his kids, but came to my bar. And of course, I introduced him to all my older customers. And he fell in love with all the girls there and just was a really cool guy. Yeah. But he passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh, sad. Sorry. I've probably met him then because I've.
You probably did because you
I
were
was
there
one
too.
of your first customers, wasn't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right when I had the newspaper on the windows.
Yeah, you weren't even open yet. Somebody walked in there and was like, "You need to check this out." And then I had to come back the next day just to make sure like I wasn't tripping on acid or something. That place was real. And then I had probably came about 2 years consecutively to your place and had to stop for a while because I was pretty much my liver was shot.
Well, yeah, it was. Well, he wasn't drinking that much, but the Jack Daniels, the tequila. See that bottle over there? That's a tequila bottle. That's one of my first. Thank you, Landon, for supporting me all those years.
Always, yeah. You even I remember a lot of times at the end of a night, I just tag on like an extra 100 here, an extra 150 here to my bar tab so that you'd end up getting a painting for me. And then I had to collect all these receipts over like a 5-year span to be like, I think Gracie owes me a painting. And then I like finally got it to you when I had a kid and you painted a very nice picture of my child, Archer.
I sure did. Yeah, that was an honor to do that.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart he is.
That goes into like one of my questions, which was like, how does somebody contact you to get like do you still do commission paintings?
Oh, absolutely. I have to meet them I'm old school, so I don't work on computers so if someone comes to the bar and wants something custom, I have to sit down with them. So I need to know their favorite colors, their favorite place, city, their favorite person.
Wow, you get real fucking in depth.
Oh yeah, there's at least 10 things I have to know before I do the painting. And then of course I need to have a picture of them.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it.
That's amazing. Well, I guess I did it right then by collecting all those receipts and handed it in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what year did your bar open officially in St. Albert?
2015 in October I was paying the rent, but I couldn't open till January because there was a flood.
Oh.
They were cutting the main lines in the bathrooms to put the sewer, the washrooms together.
Yeah.
And they hit the main water line.
And flooded your whole place.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so I had to wait.
That's fun.
But 10 years.
So it's been going for about 10 years.
October 4th is 10 years.
One of the longest running businesses on that strip of Perron, right? Like so many businesses have come and gone, and you've remained.
Well, it's definitely in that strip, yeah, because I worked.
It wasn't easy staying those 10 years, but I did it.
Yeah, I worked at a t-shirt store that used to be where your bar was, like when I was a teenager.
It was a hardware. It was the Examiner or the Gazette at one time. It was a
Taurus Walking Grill. It was that Chinese food place. They made the best Szechuan ever.
Oh, you remember that? That's pretty good.
Because I worked right beside it. I would go there all the time. Yeah.
And then they had, what else was in there? Old hippie furniture, a framing shop, an art shop. Then it was empty for 2 years before I moved in. So, yeah.
It's funny like that something would stay so empty, but you've stayed, not only that, you've like brought in like such livelihood to the neighborhood there. Like a donair shop and a shawarma shop just opened up beside you and can stay open late night because you're going so strong.
Oh,
right?
He's my cook.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Bruin Inn, all these other places, like they couldn't really keep that Perron alive at night, and here you are, like keeping it alive at night and keeping people going there. So that's really good. You are the downtown St. Albert scene, basically. So
I love it, and it's right on Main Street, right across from where the old Bruin Inn used to be. And you can't get a better location.
Yeah, unless you got that location.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you got the old Bruin Inn location, that would be
it's
pretty
a bridal
much
shop now. I think.
It is
Iterations of.
Yeah, it is a bridal shop. Yeah. So what do you attribute to like your wild success? We were talking a little bit about it on your limo ride over here, but
not giving up.
Yeah.
Just being stubborn and just making sure it works and having different age groups and different bands. And I have a drag show on a Friday afternoon, or I have a tea party or a card reading party, or you're having a book launch at my bar on a Friday afternoon.
My horn, but yes, I am having a book launch.
It brings different walks of life.
It does.
And variety.
And I think why it brings different walks of life is a lot attributes to you and your character. When somebody comes into that bar, you remember their name, you remember what they do, you introduce them to everybody there, you tell them what they do, you lift people up. And that's something that you don't really get at a place where you go drink at a Boston Pizza or you go drink at a Canadian brew house. You don't get that personalization where, Gracie stops the whole show and says, everybody, you need to see who this guy is. And, this person's a lawyer, this person's a psychiatrist. You just did this before we came over here tonight.
I know.
You were talking these guys up as they walked into the bar, and you do it with everybody. And that makes a person feel fucking amazing when they come into your place. It makes them feel like a celebrity, and it makes everybody stop and go, wow, okay. And like before, they even get in the door, there's guys and people who want to have conversations with them. And that's amazing,
Thank you. Like I want everybody to feel welcome. Like they're not just walking into a room or into a bar, because it's more than a bar. It's a community. There's every walk of life. There's people dress up or they dress down. I've got dishwashers and mayors and politicians, every walk.
And it's the aesthetic too. Like when you walk in there, it's like you walk into a B-52's music video. It's just, there's shit everywhere. It's like colorful. It's bedazzled. It's amazing,
Thank you.
I don't think there's a square inch in that bar that isn't painted with your art. You've
the
painted
floor.
Yeah, the floor.
I haven't done the floor.
Yeah. You've painted the tables, you've painted the ceiling, you've painted the chairs, the bathrooms are decked out, everything is.
Bottles, everything.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a nice bar. And
it sets the pace for an atmosphere, doesn't it?
It does. And it's become like a destination too. When people hear about it, they go like, oh, it's on my bucket list. I've got to go there. So you've got like, the best marketing you could have is that word of mouth. And when people come in there and they get that Gracie Jane's experience, some of them might not remember it the next morning like me, but they have to go back and have it again,
But people from Australia, I got a group of ladies from Ireland that flew in from Ireland to come and visit their family, but made a point to come and see the bar, and they just had a blast.
I bet. That's amazing.
And then people from Mexico. And this is true.
Yeah.
About a month ago, 3 gentlemen and their wife, one of their wives, they flew in, they got in at 11 o'clock, they came straight to my bar just to see my bar.
Wow. How did they hear about it? They just word of mouth?
Somebody was on holidays in Mexico and said, you got to see this bar.
Wow.
So they want me to franchise, but I'm too small to.
You can't franchise what you have. You imagine all the painting you'd have to do?
Mass production.
Yeah, exactly. So how did the city respond to your bar at first? Have they always been kind of favorable, or have they kind of been a little bit,
The city was actually really good.
That's good.
Really good. I got my license. I have 2 separate types of license because I have art and I have liquor license.
You need an art license?
Well, I have to let them know all the details of what I do.
Oh, like selling art. Okay, yeah. That's because, you're a bar that sells art. I mean, it is amazing.
Well,
and I've seen some amazing paintings go. I've been sitting at a table when someone bought it, and I've had to help them move the table out of your place. So
sir.
It's quite an interesting place. And like, is that like everything's for sale at the bar? When you see a painting there, you can buy it.
Absolutely.
It's not like cheap paintings. They're worth it.
There's some expensive ones.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. The custom painting we did. So there was so professional here.
I love it.
There was a documentary made about you. Tell us more about that.
That was an honor. That was Rob Lelisher, of course, Road 55, and he did one heck of a job. It took a year almost, but we got her done, and we got 94,900 views.
Wow, Road 55, I've heard of them.
They're pretty amazing, aren't they? You know that guy?
Yeah, I don't think I've met him, but I know the studio. Yeah,
I love it. No, that was probably one of the most exciting things I got to do.
So these guys, they followed you around for how many days?
Like 6 months.
6 months.
Not every day.
Yeah.
They would, because there were so many people, and I wanted everybody in it. Because I have so many friends and customers that are bold and like to have fun. So
but that's part of Gracie,
absolutely.
And of course, you just couldn't take the spotlight. You got to let everybody else shine too.
We got to do a second one.
Oh,
on the Housewives of St. Albert.
The Housewives of St. Albert. I bet you hear some crazy gossip.
Oh my God, we could do a series.
That one would be interesting. Yeah.
I've heard crazy gossip just coming in there. Like I don't even want to get into it, but yeah, it's been interesting. You get like having a couple drinks with those girls, and you're just like, what's happening? What did your husband do? Who's your husband? Like, oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to know this.
I know, I think that would be a good series. I think maybe you should do it.
I think you'd have a lot of lawsuits on your hands. Yeah. So what is the future of Gracie Jane's? What do you see? Obviously, someone's approached you to franchise. You're not doing that. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to leave this to Jessica? Are you going to...
No.
No?
No.
Oh, right away. That was quick.
No,
Yeah.
the children, no.
No.
I'm eventually gonna sell the bar. I've had a few offers last year, but I'm not ready.
It won't be Gracie's without you.
Well, they have to buy it the way it is, and I'll work for them
Oh, okay. Yeah.
for a year, and I'll keep my art going forever. So, but in order for it to work as a Gracie Jane bar, like franchising is just no.
No, that's not.
So it has to be someone that loves art, that likes the music, the people. All my regulars are worried about, because I am 74, so I have to retire sooner or later. But it has to be someone that likes the art and the community. And
It'll be hard. It'll be hard to fill those shoes. It'll be hard to be that person. I see what you do on a night, every night, and a lot of it's mediation, it's therapy, it's so much, right? And for someone to take that like hat from you and try to wear it, it's not going to work. You've been doing this for so long. Those people have known you for so long. It's like, this is a custom shoe. I think, it's sad to say, but I think if you try to sell it, somebody will attempt to work it, but it'll fizzle out.
I'd have to come in and be a guest bartender.
You definitely could. That would get people in the seats. Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
It's always a
Landon.
pleasure to have you here. And I look forward to spending many more years at your bar.
I've got 10. I've seen you for 10 years, and I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, you bet. I've loved it all too. It's been amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that's Gracie Jane. Next up, we got Catt Haines. Stick around after this break. Are you feeling disillusioned, depressed, not knowing where to go? Is everything piling up on you? Well, this book, The Working Man's Guide to Mental Health, can pull you through some of the grind that life pulls on us. When life's giving you nothing but shit instead of lemons or anything, it's hard for us to really make a movement forward, and we feel stuck. This book will show you how to deal with those times in your life. If you're dealing with health problems, debt, problems with your relationships, a family death, all these things can seem like they build up on us and we can't deal with them. This book shows you the cognitive behavior therapy techniques needed for us to go through life and find our purpose, to examine what's happening to us and how we can change it to make things better. It gives us practical tools that we can take with us everywhere, with no need for a therapist or expensive sessions. Just you, the tools, and the work. That's what The Working Man is about. That's what The Working Man's Guide to Mental Health is about. So let's turn the stigma of mental health into strength. So check out The Working Man's Guide on Mental Health on Amazon today. And do yourself a favor and start working on your mental health for you. Welcome back to the Midnight Tonight Show. We've got Catt Haines with us here today. Hey, Catt.
Hey.
How's it going? Thanks for coming on.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time. I've known you for hosting amazing Halloween parties.
Uh-huh.
I think I showed up in a French maid's outfit at your last one that I went to.
Oh, geez. I love it.
So you showed up at a French?
Yes.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Thigh highs, everything.
Pictures later. Okay, keep it.
Yeah, pictures later. I looked hot, man. I looked hot. The beard, everything. It just kind of drew it all together. But yeah. So how have you been? It's been a crazy journey for you since I've known you so long. I've got to see you go from hairdresser, esthetician to what you are now. And it was like watching a caterpillar turn into a fucking butterfly. Seriously, it's been an amazing journey for you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, it certainly has. And I guess I've, over the years, I've always wanted to develop myself and, grow and sort of get better and find things that if they're not working, what is going to work? So over the years, I've gone through so many transformations, like physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. And now I'm finding that I am living my most authentic life. And it's just the beginning in a way. And yeah.
Well, it's amazing that you say that, because like the transformative path of like almost all human life comes to those points where it's like, now I need to adapt and do something different or grow into something else, take what I've learned and like harness that to go to new heights. But so many people just get stuck in one situation. Then they go, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of it? And they feel like they're trapped and they just can't grow past it. It usually takes some like big life event to be like, I can't keep doing this, like some kind of divorce or some kind of horrible thing. I'm not venting here. I'm just saying, you know. But what happened with you? Was it something traumatic like that kind of kicked your butt? Or was it like, it's never an easy transition, but like, what was it?
Yeah, well, I'd say the first one that really was my big moment. I was taking a personal development course that I was kind of forced into, but I've always been open-minded to that. And back when we were first friends, I was going through what I call the goth phase. So I loved the horror genre and, you know, being like punky and the chains and the boots and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was a good look.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done.
And nothing wrong with that. But what I realized, it was actually a mask that I was wearing where I would be seeking attention from others, but I was holding up a guard that was like, I'm badass, you can't hurt me. And then once I discovered this, it was like, wait a minute, this isn't who I truly am. I'm always going to be funky and unique, but I don't have to be scary anymore.
Yeah.
So that was sort of the beginning in my, you know, mid to late 20s where it was the first sort of change. And then continuing with the personal development and just being very interested in things like the law of attraction and understanding new ways. I think I also realized at one point that unless we're willing to make changes for ourselves, the universe will put something in our path that's going to be our wake-up call.
Yes.
So it's like,
That's
if
huge.
we know that we have changes to make and we don't do it, something will likely happen and it won't be in our control. So why don't we take the time when it is in our control and start making little adjustments and changes, and then new doors open up, and most of them is likely going to be something that we absolutely never expected.
That's fucking profound. That's probably the most profound shit I've ever heard on here. I mean, he talked about pickles for a whole episode, so you're in a shallow pool, but I mean, that is huge. Like,
I won't take that personally.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, well, they can be spiritual pickles.
That's
Pickles
true.
is your transformation,
That's true.
Ryan, you know?
Pickles to me are very spiritual. Absolutely.
There's a little pickle in all of us.
There you go. Thank you.
So your
use that.
spiritual growth has brought you to like a fantastic group of very supportive women that I've seen you post about lots of times. Like, but it's kind of like veiled a little bit because you're not telling about the whole story about what you guys do on Facebook and stuff like that. So what is it that like the group does? Do you want to like shed some light on your group?
For sure.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'll quickly touch in is how I became spiritual to begin with. Like I say, I was into law of attraction. I liked crystals, things like that. And then it was during a guided meditation. It was a meet your spirit guide meditation. And then I had Archangel Michael come to me in this meditation. And
Jesus, that's a
I
profound
had
one.
no idea about angels or anything like that. But in this meditation, it was a very deep knowing. And I felt so safe and it was so beautiful. And then after this meditation, my awareness completely opened up to the spiritual world. And I felt what God was for me. It wasn't what I used to believe as a child in that sense. I felt that connection to the source energy. And then after that, I became heavily interested in learning anything about spirituality, going to new moon, full moon events, finding the women's groups, things like that. So it's not just women, but a lot of the ones that I participate in mostly are.
Yeah.
And then I also attend the Nude Goddess retreats,
Okay.
which is about embracing your authentic self, being able to show your body in front of other women and not be ashamed of it.
that must be so profound, because I mean, in society these days, there's so many different images of what a woman's body should be like, and all these other things that are in front of you all the time in media and things like that. And here you are in front of actual women, you know, and you get to, you know, normalize what an actual fucking human body looks like, as opposed to these Instagrams and all these other kind of things. So, you know, that's got to be pretty powerful to just be like accepted. And, you know, it would probably bring tears to many people, you know.
It is. It's so refreshing, and it's not sexual, you know, it's just embracing our natural selves. And it really is so empowering just to be able to like shed your layers and be exposed, and it feels so natural. And that's a part of being authentic as well, is just letting go of our emotional layers, the inauthenticities, the ways that we feel we need to be in society and the world. And when we can all do this work for ourselves individually, we're raising the vibration of humanity this way.
100%.
We all do our individual work, and then it will help with everybody.
And I could see it in you. Like when we met, where we meet, like at the DMV again. Yeah. And I was just like, it was instant. It was a connection, and it didn't feel like it was like a perchance meeting, right? Because we both believe nothing happens per chance. But yeah, it's just like a vibrational level that you just connect on, and it's important. But like you said, with shedding your masks as like a goth person or whatever, when you're nude and when you're in that kind of environment, all masks have been shed, and you are your raw, authentic self. And a lot of times we walk around with these costumes and masks on, and we're rarely ourselves, and you don't get to feel that raw, authentic person you are. And if you're not living that life, it can be like quite, you know, disastrous for your mental health and for your behaviors, you know.
100%. And I think so many people, you know, really are living this way in life, especially with, you know, social media and everything that's out there. It's just like people can't feel that they can be who they really are. And then, or they distract themselves and they're not out in the world and being true. And we're just at the point in life that we really need this in the world. And
Definitely.
Who's going to do it? We all have to in our own way.
Yeah, it's self-work.
And I think find the gentlest path to get there. Like smooth, easy transition is the way that I like to go about things. And then new doors open up like you could never even imagine.
That's something I'm realizing in my life right now. It's almost like the way of the Tao or the Taoist beliefs. And it's just like a river. You just kind of follow the river, or you let the river be the river, as opposed to trying to stop the river and do all these other kind of things. You kind of just have to let life flow and make those observances and be like, you know what? This is the natural way of things. I don't expect, you know, a river not to flow. I don't expect my ex not to be an absolute, you know, but I'm just, but
the path
that's
of
the
least
kind of way.
resistance, right?
Yeah. And it goes into like what I do too with like teaching cognitive behavior therapy, because one of the big things I always say is manage your expectations. People have expectations of the things before they even realize their own nature. So why would they have such unreasonable expectations? It's because they're wanting, and that kind of desire, again, going back to Taoist beliefs, is the desire is like the one thing that destroys it, right? So back to your journey and where it started and is now transforming into. You kind of started as an esthetician. Were you doing hair, or was it nails, or just the whole bunch of both? You kind of dabbled in everything, hey?
I didn't do hair.
Okay.
So I've been an esthetician. So back in my goth phase, I wanted to be a special effects makeup artist and do monster makeup for movies, because I loved the horror movies at the time, right? And there wasn't monster makeup in Edmonton, but there was aesthetics school and there was makeup and aesthetics. So I thought, well, I could take aesthetics school. And then if I really like the makeup part, I could always move on from there. And then when I was in aesthetics school, I found it was just unrealistic for me to move to Toronto or Vancouver, you know, like commit my life to doing this. And I was able to find a passion in doing the aesthetics. And then I was doing a bit of the like Halloween makeup on the side.
Nice.
So I still got to do that for a bit. And then over the years, I was doing more wedding and event makeup. And I found I enjoyed making people pretty more than making people scary. So I stuck with that. And then, yeah, I thought at one point, a year and a half ago that I was done with aesthetics and I was going to be pursuing my spiritual healing business and getting into motivational speaking. And then as of this year, I realized, no, esthetician is still in me. It's a gift that I have. I get to be creative. I get to connect with people and I'm damn good at it too.
Nice, yeah.
So it's like, I can still do this, but let's find a balance where I can do my aesthetics. I also, I'm doing a little bit of energy healing with aesthetics as well. Waxing, cleansing the energy out of the skin, that the hair holds energy in the skin, removing that. And then I do facials to help cleanse the energetic imprints of judgment and shame that we hold in our skin.
Oh, wow.
And then infusing angelic energies to make people feel beautiful and seen and confident.
Jeez.
So I do that as well.
This is like a full on, it's like the healing process of a makeover plus like the spiritual makeover of like a Reiki thing or a sweat lodge almost. You're transforming someone on the outside and on the inside together.
Well, this is it, right? So it's like I get to do both. I can combine my past of aesthetics with spirituality. And then I also talk about conscious cosmetics, balanced beauty. It's taking your skincare routines and turning it into a soul care ritual and finding that balance in beauty, because those that do nothing are disempowered and ones that do too much, it's too much. There's an imbalance in there. And there's something that is visually pleasing to see, proportion and not too much, like being too overdone, I guess. So I help people find that balance within themselves. And it does help to add the intention of why we're doing these practices. It's not about looking good so we don't look bad, washing our face because we're obligated to. It's time and self-care for us through grooming and it's for men too, right?
Love that,
grooming, hygiene. This can be a ritual. It doesn't have to be just something we have to do.
And I think that's really cool that you take that whole like boring, monotonous part of it and you're just like, no, we're going to remove that. We're going to make this like a spiritual practice. And like, you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of this. And this should be what you feel. It's like almost like when, in religious practices, people eat for like nourishment with a spiritual flair to it. Now you're like appearing to yourself and taking care of yourself with a spiritual flair.
Yeah.
It's a very cleansing kind of thing that you're talking about.
Totally.
And it's right on the edge of something new. I've never heard of something like this before. So you are you are highly like a specialist in it as far as I've heard. Like,
yeah. And this was something that came to me, right? Like it was divinely guided to show up in my life at the right time. And now this is what I want to be speaking about. I've got my first big stage talk next weekend in Red Deer at the Her Inspired Journey Women's Wellness event.
Nice.
And I get to do this big talk. And I always have had that in me that I love to be on stage and speaking and performing. But I used to make that a bad thing. Like, oh, I just want attention. Like I shouldn't like that. But then I realized this is a gift that I have. And I do. There's something about, I can speak clearly and I can have a soothing voice. And there's just something there that's like, oh yeah, I think I can do something with this.
Absolutely.
and
so
if you're giving something that's back to people and it's not just self-serving, right? Like that must have been a journey in itself to be like, what do I want? Just attention and like all the inner talk and inner work you must have had to do just to be like, no, I am doing this because it's a calling, and the attention is the negative of it. And to not focus on that and just bring out the positive, it shows a lot of growth.
yeah, it does.
So how does one get a hold of you to get any of these kind of services? Where do you do them?
Yes. So I do angelic glow facials from home. And then I also am at the Birth of Venus studio on White Ave on Saturdays as needed, where I offer the sacred smooth waxing, angelic glow facials. And then I also do online angel readings, energy healing, working with the archangels.
Yeah.
So I have my website is catthaines.com. On Instagram, I'm at the Angelic Beauty Alchemist.
Okay.
And then I'm on Facebook as Catt Haines. So you can find me on there, reach out.
And that's what they book you through, is any of those platforms will do?
They can reach out to me. And then if they happen to want to come to Wetaskiwin for some nice regular aesthetic services, I'm also at Solarium in Wetaskiwin now.
Nice.
And I'm also a co-host of the podcast When Beauty and Spirit Align.
Oh, wow.
So we have about 15 episodes out.
That's awesome.
I had another angel empowerment practitioner. She came to me last year and said, I had a dream I was doing a podcast with a blonde girl with glasses, and I think it's you. And I was like, okay.
You're like, fucking right, it is.
Let's do it.
Let me start a podcast. Yeah.
And then now we have a podcast.
That's
And it's
awesome.
out there. That's available on Spotify,
Wow.
Apple Music.
I had a dream I went for dinner with Taylor Swift. I hope that one comes true, right? Be nice. I was helping set the table, but I was still there. So what you mentioned, an angel reading, and this is something that's I've always loved. And would you care to explain to our Midnight Tonight Show guests what angel reading is?
Yes. So it is an intuitive reading. Now, I am an angel empowerment practitioner, so I've been able to heighten my energies to connect with angelic energies. So angels are spirit guides. They say they're facilitators of free will. So when we're born into the world, we have free will that we get to do what we want, but we do need some guidance and help. So anytime anybody's had a close call, it's angels coming in and helping us, is what I believe. So they're close enough to us that if we heighten our energy enough, we can tune in and we can ask for assistance with things in life. So I tune in my energies. I also open the Akashic Records, which is our soul's blueprint. So I open the Akashic Records, I tune into this energy, and then I work with angel cards as well, which is like tarot cards, but angel cards are all, they all have their own meaning, and it's working with the light.
Yeah,
it's all positive.
Different, like they all have different meanings than
They
tarot
all have
cards
different
do.
meanings.
Yeah.
Where tarot may have negative messages to them, and I only want to be delivering positive messages. So I tune into the energies, and then I offer readings for people that need guidance on anything in their life. And then I also do energy healing with the archangels to cleanse the traumas from the past, energy cord cutting, and then I also do
energy cord cutting. I got to stop you there.
Okay.
You got to explain that one.
Okay, so
let me try to imagine what it is. I believe it's like severing a connection with the past, whether it be a mother, father, or a loved one, in order for you to live your best free life.
sort of.
Okay, yeah, you tell me.
So anytime we interact with anyone, an energetic cord opens up, and that's how love flows through. But negative energy can also flow through. So that could be like if you've had an interaction with somebody, and the loved ones like that you're closest with are usually the biggest cords. You go home and you can't get them out of your head, and you just start feeling like kind of negative and all this stuff. You could be receiving their energy that's not even yours. So this negative cord can be opened, and then working with the archangels, we cut the negative energy. So now only love can flow through, and you can't actually cut the love. Once it's open, it can't be cut. And then we also heal that energy, heal the cord. So then later on, when you're to think about this person, you may be like, at the very least, you'd feel neutral about them. You may not feel positive right away, but you wouldn't feel the same negativity. And so I facilitate the cord cutting to help give people peace of mind about people in their lives, or if somebody was, attached to a partner and they still can't stop thinking about them. It's like this helps them to have peace of mind, and then it's only allowing this love to flow through the cord.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. After seeing this episode, I'm sure people are going to be calling you for
I
a
could use
bit.
a few cords cut for sure.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yeah,
Start
can you
a
cut
list.
this cord? I mean, he's getting
The
fired.
love
after
will
this.
always flow, though.
We'll ask Archangel Michael to come in.
Yeah. So you're doing it at White Avenue. How have you had the response? Do you have like a good following of good steady clients that come to see you? And
it's here and there.
It's
and
so new, right?
And it is. It's very new. And I think what I've discovered is that me pursuing the online business part of it wasn't being authentic for myself because I knew all the things I needed to do. And I just wasn't wanting to make videos and post stuff. And it was just this like thing that I had to do. So now I'm sort of doing this more on the side where I'm back hands-on aesthetics and getting into the speaking part is going to be my big thing. So it's like, I love to do one-on-one things, but really I have a big energy and I believe it's meant to be shared in more groups of people, facilitating workshops, like being in that group gathering. So I think that's where I sort of thrive a little bit more.
That's exactly where my journey is going to.
Yeah.
I'm about to become like a public speaker for men's mental health, but yeah.
I love it.
It's crazy that life puts you in these things and you're just like, I don't think I would ever be doing this. Yeah. And here I am, you know?
Yes.
Or you're making pickles.
Never thought.
Yeah. I never called it. I never called it. But look where life brings us, hey? That's the most amazing part about it, I guess, is these transformative journeys that you just learn from and grow from. You end up there and it just feels right. So you feel right where you are.
I do. And I guess it's still, like, I'm still at the beginning in a sense, right?
But that's exciting.
So it is. It's very exciting. And I get to pursue my dreams here. And I'm so very thankful for that. And yeah, like I say, it's just the beginning. And this is something that I plan to do the rest of my life. I don't see this necessarily as being a job that I'm going to retire from. You know, I would take a step back with things, but recently discovering, oh no, I do love doing aesthetics. That's in me. I love, like, I'm a part-time florist as well, like doing the flowers. It's like there's something in that really fills me up. So if I get to do that a little bit always and then pursue the speaking, getting to go to empowerment events, workshops, all these lovely things, like that's awesome.
And like the people there are just fantastic.
They are.
Yeah.
And we need to support each other. I'm so over living in a world of competition. We need to be together. We need to support one another. We need to vent. It's good to vent and talk about things, talk about our feelings, be true. And yeah, just like lift each other up here because there's enough people in the world that are unconscious and not even open to this possibility, or they're in a really negative downward spiral.
That's the hard part when you see people and like why this NPC theory has gained so much traction about like simulation theory and like NPCs walking around and stuff like that is just because people live automatic lives where they don't even like think of their own thoughts. And they're just on these tracks of work, eat, sleep, shit, work, eat, sleep, shit. And it's like, fuck man, where's your enjoyment in life? Like, where is your purpose? And I think that's where a lot of people fail to grasp that part of life. And it's obvious that you found it and it's fucking beautiful. I can't say it enough, man. Wow. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. Again, check out Catt Haines at what's your website again?
CattHaines.com.
Well, that's fucking easy. That's Catt with a K?
No, CattHaines.
Perfect. You heard it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Well, that's the end of the Midnight Tonight Show. Thanks for thank you for watching us, and we'll see you again next month.
That's a wrap for our show tonight. A huge thank you to our lovely guests, Gracie, the queen of the delightfully weird bar, most delightfully weird, I'd say, bar that you'll ever stumble into, as well as Catt Haines, providing skincare with angelic insight. If you liked the show, please share it. If you're confused, that's normal. Follow us online and stay curious. Good night, and we'll see you next time.